the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And this had become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
Now here's Tatum. After the miss from Slim, Tatum kicks to Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Brunson outside. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Now here's Williamson. He's got 13. Slam, good.
He's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Three-pointer by Embiid. That falls. Speed that. Time from Brunson. Embiid's got 36.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Durant with the screen on Embiid. Outside Durant. Pass to Slim. Outside for Curry. Fires the three. East grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 16th rebound on the night. 44 seconds left to play in the third. Cunningham against Booker. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul.
The fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Zion Williamson is out there with Slim. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Edwards in at the three. And here's Young after Luka Doncic hitting the three. Young with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Cunningham outside. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Now Young, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Cunningham finds Banchero. And Tatum with the basket on the assist from Banchero. Banchero's got 3 assists tonight.
Over the years, we've really seen Tatum elevate his offensive game. Now he's a dynamic, multi-level scorer.
Yes, that goes in.
Not a lot in the way of defense here tonight, but that's about the norm.
Yep, this game is always going to be about offense, about entertaining these fans as much as possible.
Now, here's Cunningham. Low block shot, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The West leading by 18. Doncic passes to Slim. Williamson, a screen on Embiid. Kicks it out to Williamson. Doncic outside. Misses the three.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Banchero with the ball. Poked away. Lets it go from 14. The East All-Stars check on two more.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Williamson, a screen on Embiid. Drives to the hoop. For three, Edwards. Hands it from downtown.
I'll tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Curry against Young. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Booker, he's checked in for Doncic. Here is Slim. Williamson, a screen on Embiid. And Curry has it in the corner. No good on the three. The East trail by 19. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Got to respect that Cunningham takes charge for making something happen and drawing the contact.
Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, that the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
Slam, good.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Cunningham passes to Embiid. Pass to Giannis. And Tatum up top the key. Off target with his three.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Trains the three-pointer.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Young against Curry. High post, Embiid. Over Lee. And another miss by the East.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And here we go. Fast break. Cunningham's got it. Here's Tatum. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. The West All-Stars on D. Embiid kicks to Cunningham. To the paint. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. Embiid, the pass to Young. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Young. Like at 6. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Outside Curry. Off target from three-point range. The East trail by 20. Outside Tatum. Shoots over Curry. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Tatum can find a shot he wants just about anywhere. He's got that kind of versatility.
Driving the lane. Here's the screen. Pass to Slim. And Young comes over to help. Curry with a wide open look. And they call over the back. Here, too much contact.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul. Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Kicks it out to Booker. Connects from three-point range. Booker's got 12 points. Just the second half.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Now, here's Tatum. Cunningham outside. Launches a three. Curry with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Sweet. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Jason Tatum.
Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, it doesn't feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all.
And it's a completely new group for the East All-Stars. KD passes to Slim. Wembanyama, a screen on Towns. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
And they've also been ferocious inside, really taking advantage in the painted area and making good on those chances.
Now, here is Young. High post, Embiid. Over Wee. And another miss by the East. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the West. Slim passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wee. And the layup is good. Slim's got 40 points.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
They grabbed their own miss.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
Good game, MP.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Lund on the track. If you haven't been seeing what MP been doing, you need to. Boss level work, MVP level.